Kylie Jenner just put Travis Scott on blast during a viral interview, and it's not looking good for the rapper. She reportedly accused him of refusing child support and neglecting his kids. But Travis is apparently not taking the allegations well. The entire situation is starting to get really messy. Let me catch you up. On May 15, 2026, Kylie Jenner reportedly called out Travis Scott during an interview, saying that ever since their relationship ended, he hasn't been checking on their kids, and also stopped sending the $200K child support. According to the reports circulating on social media, Kylie stated that Travis claimed she is wealthy enough to handle the expenses on her own. The claim spread across X, formerly known as Twitter, and within hours it was trending everywhere. Now, to understand why this sent shockwaves across the entertainment world, you need to know what was happening before this moment. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott's romantic partnership may be over for good, but that hasn't stopped the ex-couple from happily co-parenting their 2 children. That was the narrative the public had been sold for years. The makeup mogul and her ex, rapper Travis Scott, welcomed daughter Stormy Webster in February 2018, and the former couple's son, Air Webster, arrived in February 2022. Since they split for the final time in January 2023, people reported that the couple had split up for good, but they continue to share parenting duties. Everything appeared amicable. Over 3 years after his breakup with Kylie Jenner, the My Eyes rapper gave rare insight into co-parenting their kids, Stormy Webster 7 and Air Webster 3. "You can't crash out," Travis explained in an interview with Rolling Stone published Jan 21. He painted the picture of a man who had matured, a father who was all in. When asked about what fatherhood has been like since the arrival of his daughter Stormy Webster, Scott said that being a dad is better than what I thought it would be. "Stormy is one of the best human beings I know. She's like my best friend." That's what made Kylie's reported public statements so jarring. This wasn't a private argument leaking through anonymous sources. According to reports, this was Kylie on camera telling the world that Travis had stepped back from his responsibilities, stopped sending support, stopped checking in. And the reasoning attributed to him, that Kylie is rich enough to handle it, added a particularly bitter edge to the whole thing. The internet reacted exactly how you'd expect. Fans of Kylie rallied behind her. Fans of Travis called it performative, and everyone else just grabbed their popcorn and waited for a response from Travis Scott himself. That response, as we'll get to, did come, and it was nothing short of explosive. But before we get into what Travis did after the story broke, we need to rewind, because the relationship between these two didn't collapse overnight. It was a long, complicated, very public unraveling that started years before either of them said a word about it in an interview. The origin of Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner reads like a Hollywood script. In April 2017, Jenner was first seen with Travis Scott at Coachella. At the time, Kylie had just ended her long-term relationship with rapper Tyga, and apparently the pair had already been friends for a while, so they were building on strong foundations. What started as a festival fling quickly escalated into one of the most high-profile relationships in modern celebrity culture. Within months, they were inseparable. Travis was making music. Kylie was building her cosmetics empire. And together, they became a power couple that dominated magazine covers and social media timelines. Travis landed on the cover of Rolling Stone and spoke glowingly about the woman he was with. The 26-year-old teased the idea of marrying reality star girlfriend Kylie Jenner, but promises that the proposal has to be something special. "We'll get married soon. I just gotta sturdy up. I gotta propose in a fire way," he says. He also defended Kylie from the public's misconceptions, saying things like, "People don't understand how real my girl is, how ill she is." Then came Stormy. On February 1st, 2018, Jenner gave birth to their daughter Stormy. Kylie had hidden the entire pregnancy from the public, only announcing it after Stormy was born, a move that stunned the entertainment world and earned a level of respect for a woman the media had relentlessly scrutinized since childhood. Kylie, now 28, welcomed her first child, Stormy, with ex-Travis Scott in 2018. At the time, the Kylie Cosmetics founder had kept a low profile, staying inside her home for several months. The arrival of their daughter didn't just change their personal lives, it amplified everything. Travis was gearing up for the release of his landmark album, Astroworld, which would go on to become one of the defining records of the late 2010s. Kylie, meanwhile, was being named the youngest self-made billionaire by Forbes at just 21 years old. She has also been named as the youngest self-made billionaire by Forbes. At the age of 21, Jenner's worth was reported to be $1 billion. Together, they were a brand. Together, they were untouchable. But behind the curated Instagram posts, the matching outfits at red carpet events, and the joint magazine features, the cracks were already starting to form. No official reason was given from the Kardashian-Jenner camp. However, sources have claimed a difference in lifestyles and trust issues were to blame. A source told People, "Kylie is very focused on her kids and her business. She is not a big partier. Travis is the opposite. He likes to party. They definitely have different focuses. They always did." The first breakup came in September 2019, about a year and a half after Stormi was born. They broke up in September 2019, but quarantined together during the COVID-19 pandemic for the sake of their daughter and ended up rekindling their relationship. Sources at the time framed it as a mutual decision. Insiders emphasized that despite the split, there was no animosity and no battle over custody. A source told the outlet, "It will be 50-50, but it's not a point of contention. It's really whatever is best for Stormi. Travis knows what an incredible mom Kylie is, and will make whatever situation work." Even Travis himself made it clear, at least publicly, that his feelings hadn't changed. In an interview with XXL magazine after the breakup, he added, "I love her mommy and I always will. They spent the holidays together for Stormi's sake. They will be doing stuff together as a family to make it as wonderful as possible for Stormi. Travis will be at the family party and several other gatherings as well. They are excited to give Stormi an amazing Christmas." They rekindled things in 2021, and by the end of that year, they announced a second child was on the way. On September 7th, 2021, after weeks of speculation, Jenner revealed that she and Scott were expecting their second child. Jenner gave birth to their son Air on February 2022. The baby was originally named Wolf before being renamed Era, and for a moment it looked like this on-again, off-again couple had finally found their footing. They hadn't. Just when everyone thought things were heading in the right direction, Travis and Kylie separated again in January 2023. This time, they didn't come back to each other, and since then, they've been co-parenting their children. The final breakup was quiet, compared to the drama that had surrounded their relationship over the years. It's thought they officially split in January 2023, after the former power couple spent the Christmas period apart from one another, an insider revealed to US Weekly at the time. Kylie and Travis are off again. They were supposed to spend the holidays together, but she went to Aspen to be with her family and friends up there. And then came the detail that truly signaled the end. In April 2023, Jenner began a relationship with French-American actor Timothée Chalamet. The two had reportedly met at Paris Fashion Week. As for Jenner and Chalamet, the two started hanging out in January 2023, after they met at the Paris Fashion Week. At the time, a source from Us Weekly confirmed that Jenner and Scott were on another break. The timeline raised eyebrows immediately. If Kylie and Travis were supposedly on a break in January 2023, and Kylie was already hanging out with Timothée in that same month, it didn't take a detective to connect the dots. Fans and tabloids speculated wildly about whether there had been an overlap. On X, user YKBPRST shared a post about Scott and Jenner, alleging that the exes officially called it quits due to the reality TV stars cheating. The user also claimed that Jenner was already messaging Timothée Chalamet, even while she was still with Scott. Whether true or not, these allegations only added fuel to the already raging fire of public speculation. There were also allegations that Travis hadn't exactly been the picture of fidelity either. In 2022, Scott publicly denied the cheating rumors involving model Roisin Carr. The rapper stressed that their relationship was purely professional since they worked together on set. At the time, Scott was still with Jenner. The exes split months later, and it remains unclear whether the reason had anything to do with the cheating scandal. So by the time the dust settled in early 2023, both sides had their grievances. Both sides had their suspicions, and the public was left piecing together a narrative from leaked screenshots, anonymous insider tips, and the occasional coded social media post. Travis, for his part, appeared to channel his frustrations into his music. His album Utopia dropped in July 2023, and fans quickly dissected it for subliminal messages aimed at Kylie and her new relationship. Before the pair made their relationship social media red carpet official, Travis's single Meltdown appeared to take a swipe at their romance. At the end of the song's second verse, the rapper makes reference to Willy Wonka, the character Timothée plays in the upcoming film Wonka. The subliminal references to Wonka and chocolate were impossible to miss, and sparked their own media cycle of reactions and counter-reactions. Meanwhile, Kylie was moving on with extraordinary deliberateness. The 27-year-old makeup mogul has made rare public appearances with the Wonka actor, and they have not posted any photos on their social media profiles with each other. Kylie was British Vogue's September cover star, and she shared a rare comment about their relationship, confirming that she has made the active decision to keep it away from the spotlight, saying it feels good. What's critical to understand about this period is that, publicly, the co-parenting was still being framed as functional. Travis Scott remains an active co-parent to Stormi and Air despite the split. Both parties kept up appearances. In interviews, Travis talked about his kids with warmth and reverence. "My kids don't have AI," he told the outlet. "Having AI right now will compress their ability for their brain to maximize, because if it's doing everything for you, how do you even know what's right or wrong?" These were not the words of a man supposedly neglecting his children, and that's precisely why Kylie's reported public call-out in May 2026 hit so hard. It contradicted everything the world had been told. To fully grasp the magnitude of the child support claim, you need to understand the financial landscape these two people inhabit. This is not a case of two average people splitting up and fighting over a monthly check. This is a situation involving wealth on a scale that distorts every normal metric of family obligation. In 2026, Kylie Jenner's net worth stands at approximately $700 million, just short of the billion-dollar mark, though she remains one of the wealthiest people under 30 in the world. Her fortune was built primarily through Kylie Cosmetics, which she launched as a teenager and grew into a global brand. Kylie Jenner sold 51% of Kylie Cosmetics to Coty Inc. for $600 million in 2020. Since then, she's expanded into skincare, baby products, fashion with her Kai line, and a canned cocktail brand called Sprinter. In 2024, Jenner launched her clothing line Kai. She collaborated with French fashion designer Antonin Tron to create a capsule collection. She also launched a canned cocktail called Sprinter the same year. Travis Scott, on the other hand, has built his own considerable empire, though on a different scale. Travis Scott is an American rapper, singer-songwriter, and record producer who has a net worth of $80 million. He is one of the highest paid and most popular rappers in the world. His wealth comes from music, touring, merchandise, and some of the most lucrative brand partnerships in hip-hop history. In 2020, Travis signed a $20 million endorsement deal with McDonald's. He's also maintained a long-running collaboration with Nike through his Cactus Jack brand that has made him one of the most commercially powerful figures in streetwear. But here is the elephant in the room. Despite Travis Scott being worth $80 million, Kylie Jenner is worth nearly 9 times that amount. And in California, where both parties reside, that disparity matters. Legal experts have long pointed out that since Jenner earns a significantly higher amount than Scott, the rapper could ask child support from the makeup mogul. An attorney even told Hollywood Life years ago that Travis can ask for child support. And since his income is significantly lower than Kylie's, even though she may have more custodial time, it's certainly possible that Kylie could even be paying Travis child support. This is the irony that makes the reported claim so fascinating. The allegation that Travis stopped sending $200K in child support flips the expected power dynamic completely. In most public discussions about their finances, the assumption has always been that Kylie, the wealthier party, would potentially owe Travis, not the other way around. But the report suggested that there had been some kind of arrangement in place, where Travis was contributing and then simply stopped. Now, the details of that arrangement have never been made public. Details on their latest custody agreement haven't been shared, so there's no way to know exactly what their current arrangement entails. What we do know is that, according to older reports, according to Us Weekly, there was no contention surrounding split custody. A source told the outlet it will be 50-50, but it's not a point of contention. It's really whatever is best for Stormi. Travis has also dealt with enormous legal costs from the Astroworld Festival tragedy in 2021, an annual musical event hosted by American rapper Travis Scott at NRG Park in Houston, Texas. 8 people were pronounced dead on the day of the incident, and 2 more died in the hospital in the following days. The legal fallout was staggering. More than 4,900 alleged victims have filed legal claims against Live Nation, Travis Scott, and other festival organizers over the disaster at Astroworld. By May 2024, Scott had settled the final wrongful death lawsuit related to 9-year-old Ezra Blount. While exact settlement figures were not publicly disclosed, Legal experts widely agree that these cases represent the single largest threat to Scott's long-term net worth. So when you consider the sheer financial pressure Travis has been under from legal settlements, ongoing litigation costs, and the normal overhead of maintaining a $80 million lifestyle, the claim that he stopped sending $200K in child support to a woman worth $700 million begins to take on a more complex shape. It doesn't justify it, of course. Children deserve support from both parents regardless of who earns more. But it adds a dimension that the initial headlines conveniently left out. And now we arrive at the reaction. After Kylie's reported call-out made its way across every social media platform and entertainment blog, the world waited for Travis Scott's response. By all accounts, he did not take it well. Reports indicated that Travis was furious, not just at the substance of the claim, but at the fact that it was made publicly. Throughout their entire relationship, and even through multiple breakups, both Travis and Kylie had maintained a relatively united front when it came to their children. Regardless of what their relationship status is, there's no doubt they will all be together for Christmas. They are a family, and that hasn't changed. It's very important to Kylie and Travis that Stormi has both of her parents there. That had always been the guiding principle, at least publicly. For Kylie to reportedly break that unspoken pact and air private family matters during an interview felt, to Travis's camp, like a violation of the co-parenting agreement they'd worked so hard to build. His reaction reportedly was one of raw fury, not just because of the public embarrassment, though for a man who had already weathered the devastating fallout of the Astroworld tragedy, additional public scrutiny was the last thing he needed. But because of what it implied about his character as a father, you can't crash out. Travis had explained in an interview with Rolling Stone, "You can't do a lot of crazy-ass like you would." Those were his own words about how fatherhood had changed him. Now, Kylie's reported claims painted a contradictory picture entirely. The internet, predictably, split into warring factions. Kylie's supporters pointed to the simplicity of the accusation. A father should support his children, period. They argued that no amount of context or financial nuance changed the fact that if Travis had committed to a support arrangement and then pulled out, that was on him. They also highlighted what they saw as a pattern, that Travis had always been more focused on his career and lifestyle than on the day-to-day realities of raising two children. Travis's supporters, however, pushed back with force. They pointed to the massive wealth disparity between the two. They argued that Kylie Jenner, worth an estimated $700 million, publicly framing herself as a victim of a man worth a fraction of that, was at best manipulative and at worst, a deliberate PR play timed to damage Travis's reputation. They pointed to his own interviews where he had spoken extensively and lovingly about his kids. "My kids are just like me when it comes to trying to get off ideas," he added. They also noted the unusual timing. The claims surfaced right as Travis was gearing up for a new wave of public appearances and projects. Others took a more measured view. They acknowledged that co-parenting in the public eye is an impossible task, and that both sides likely had legitimate grievances. The child support question, they argued, was really a proxy war for deeper unresolved issues. Trust, resentment, the lingering hurt of a relationship that never quite worked despite both parties wanting it to. What cannot be ignored in all of this is the role of social media in shaping the narrative. The original post on X that broke the story was from an account that did not cite an official source for the interview or provide a clip. That's a notable detail. Verification has always been something of an afterthought when it comes to celebrity news, and in this case, a single unverified post was enough to trigger millions of reactions and dominate entertainment headlines for days. The report that Travis lost it was itself filtered through layers of secondhand accounts and social media speculation. And that brings us to the hardest question in this entire saga. How much of what we think we know about this situation is actually true? The reality is that Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner's private family dynamics are exactly that, private. As of April 20, 2026, no such interview had been released when similar claims circulated earlier. While it is possible that the story was just leaked online, it is unclear why particular X users had access to it. Previous allegations about Travis speaking publicly on the breakup turned out to be unverifiable. That pattern suggests we should approach the latest claims with the same caution. What we can say with certainty is this: Travis Scott is a father of 2 children. He shares 2 children with his former partner, Kylie Jenner. Daughter Stormi Webster, born February 1, 2018, is 8 years old in 2026. Son Air Webster, born February 2020, is 4 years old. He has spoken publicly and repeatedly about how fatherhood changed him. In a candid interview, Travis opened up about how things changed after becoming a father to 2 kids, Stormy and Air. And despite separating in 2023, both parents maintain a strong and supportive co-parenting relationship, keeping family life a clear priority. Kylie, on her end, has also demonstrated consistent devotion to her children. "I didn't think that I would be, but I'm the strict parent," she said in an April 2026 appearance on the Big Bro with Kid Cudi podcast. "It's my dream that my daughter will want to take over Kylie Cosmetics." The 28-year-old explained to Beauty Inc., "I would love for this to be a legacy brand, and I'm working hard every day to set up that future." The truth about what happened between Travis and Kylie regarding child support, visitation, and the reported interview call-out likely exists somewhere between the sensational headlines and the carefully crafted public statements. Whether Travis truly lost it or whether the entire story was amplified beyond its reality is something only the people directly involved know for sure. But what's clear is that this saga struck a nerve, not because of the celebrities involved, but because of the universal tensions it represents. The difficulty of co-parenting after a breakup, the role money plays in family disputes, and the question of how much the public truly deserves to know about the private lives of the people they follow. Stormy and Air are at the center of all of this. And whatever the adults around them decide to say on camera or in interviews, those 2 kids are the ones who have to live with the consequences. That's the part of the story that doesn't trend on social media. But it's the part that matters the most.